Get on stage. Welcome to Tiny Studio Big Ideas podcast here in this little Greek island. I am in my little tiny studio where my thoughts, hopefully, are not little and tiny, but of a somewhat greater realm. So here is my pondering today from this little tiny space. And it has to do with creativity, which is where my mind tends to circle around how to cultivate and nourish our own creative flow, that uh, creative muse, the act of being in the flow and nourishing that so that we get to choose when and how we can get in the flow. So this happened yesterday. I had a very, very difficult day. Nothing was coming together. I couldn't finish any of the projects that I had planned out for that day. And everything was going wrong, everything. And at the beginning of the day, I saw this, that I got up on the wrong side of the bed, the wrong foot, as we say. And I decided that I would just push through. Okay, this is lagging. Dang. So, how do we get control of this flow? The first step in having any kind of control is to become aware of where you are and the things that are happening in your day and what position you are standing in. So if you are hyper focused on something, a project, something that you want to get done, or things that aren't working well in your day, then you're pretty much unable to pull yourself out of that and take a wider look, open up your peripheral vision, take a wider look at what's going on in your day and who you are at this moment. So that is a difficult thing to do, especially when you're wrapped up and tied into the frustrations that are happening in a day like, my day was yesterday. So I think the big lesson is first becoming aware of where you are. And that can take a lot of practice. And, how do you actually go about doing that? Meditation is my number one go-to when I'm teaching people how to connect with their creativity. You cannot connect with this creative flow within you if you are not aware, if you're not aware of your thoughts, of who you are being at this moment, if you are not aware of all the peripheral things happening around you that are supporting certain energies and motions throughout the day, if you cannot get out of your own head and become the fly on the wall, you will never really be able to connect with your ability to control is the wrong word, of course, but to to clear the pathway within you for creativity to flow more freely through you. So that's the first thing, is becoming aware. And if we cannot be aware of what's happening throughout our day, about being more present to who you are today. And I say that like I'm going to be Fred tomorrow. I'll still be Vita, but I, I- it may be a slightly different version of the Vita that is present today. Of course, I'll still be me with my past, my history, with blah, 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 all of that, of course. But there may just be a slightly different version of me, like there was yesterday when I was in that stuck, fumbling, frustrating, anger driven day. Today, I'm a little bit different. So that's what I mean. When you can become aware of who you are in the moment and how you are processing your day and working through it, then you can, in fact, be more connected to that part of you that's saying, like, I wasn't listening yesterday. That part of me that was saying, Vita, just get out of your studio. Go down and take a cold swim in the beautiful Aegean Sea. Get yourself all, cold water swimmers know what I'm talking about. It's a reset. It's almost like, it's better than going back to bed and then waking up again. Uh, Doing something that is different, just let it go do something else. And then chances are I would have realigned myself and stepped away from the continual fumblings and stumblings and difficulties of that day. So, the first thing that we need to do is to become aware, to notice what's happening without judging. Nobody needs to judge. Oh, you're having this bad day. You dropped your coffee. You spilled this. You can't do that. Your internet's not working. And I mean, all these things, like as if I was in control of that. Uh, to a certain extent, I was playing my part, but it was just one of those days. So just step away. Step away. Go do something else. Come back and see what happens. If you cannot leave and you're stuck in a situation where you absolutely have to be there and you cannot move and your day's just not going well, take a moment, a minute, if you have a minute, and just sit with yourself. Just get out of the hyper-focus mode. Center yourself, and if you're at a desk, sitting in your seat, just center yourself, sit up straight, and just feel how everything opens up to you. Okay? Take a few breaths and just be present in that state, this wider perception, this wider view of things. Breathe, connect, see that these things are happening. It's a difficult day. Things are not going your way, but take that time, a minute, 30 seconds. If you can only do it for a little bit, whenever you're able to, a few minutes later, when you have a moment, again, sit back, center yourself, open up, and allow things to happen. Allow for the bad day. allow for all the stumblings and difficulties that you're going through. Just allow it. It's there anyways. You can either fight it or allow it to be. So usually when we are stuck in one of these ruts, we are hyper focused, if not on the project that we're trying to do, trying to get it done and it's not working, we're also in our ego state. Okay. We're, and as we should be. I mean, if we didn't have that ego state, we wouldn't do anything. Nothing would ever get done uh, during our day. We have to, and it's a strong player and an important one. I don't push the ego aside like it's a bad thing, right? However, however, when you can connect this more open, perceptive presence to the happenings of the ego day, the self-centered day, uh, there is more balance and you can allow more flow to happen through you. So, getting stuck in the ego oftentimes means for me, I'm hyper focused. Like yesterday, I was hyper focused on trying to get things to work well, things that weren't going. And I was lost completely to my own sense of openness and presence because I was focusing. And that is also a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. Again, while you are in your focus, we can learn to also uh, notice, become aware of all the things that are happening. So you have this hyper focus. I have to get this done. I'm working on it. I'm crunching numbers. I'm doing whatever. But at the same time, you can also look at yourself from out there, from a more open state. So very quickly, that means that, if you look at the chakras, right, from the heart upwards, we are in a more fluid element, and things are not physical, condensed. And then from the heart chakra down, which is our regular life, the things that we have to do every day, is where the hyper focus comes in. That is more of the condensed thing. So it's a matter of stepping away enough to see all of you, the things that need to get done, plus the openness, so that you can, that openness is being the fly on the wall. So it's pulling out of the lower chakra areas, that hyper physical, hyper focused state of being, and getting back in touch with the more abstract, because we are both at the same time, and both are absolutely beautiful. Both, I have an inspiration, something that I want to paint. And if I don't bring it down into that physical place, I'll never paint anything. So it's a beautiful balance. It's a beautiful way of approaching your day when you have an understanding of how both are as vital and fun and enjoyable in our lives. It's really a great tool to get over creative blocks. The creative block happens in this constricted area from the heart chakra down. That's where our creative blocks happen. Creativity is always flowing through us. It's just a matter of where are we? How present are we to the fullness of who we are? that's uh, that's where the creative block happens. So if you do get into creative blocks, have a look at where that block is happening, what's going on in your day, in your world, and see if you can't just release the focus of the day, of who you are, of what you should be doing or where you need to be, and just kind of reconnect to that presence, to that center. And that's why, again, meditation is such a powerful tool. And I don't mean sitting and in meditation. For some people, that just doesn't work for them, at least at this point of their lives, right? And I went through that for many, many years. And even today, I can sit for 15 minutes and watch what's going on in this very, very busy mind of mine, and breathe and become present that way. But my best way is through writing. And that is why I have my morning practice of journaling and writing, and just the flow of words that's coming out, and the way I want to structure my day. And I kind of just become present with me, with that more abstract level. So that's another way. That you can sit in meditation and get in touch with that center. You can journal. You can go for slow walks without the headphones and without talking to people, and just connecting with your environment. A very, very powerful tool for me personally. If you're a cold water swimmer, you already know that when you get in the water, you are immediately in a state of presence. It's incredible. And there are many, many other ways. Some people, uh, when they do strong exercise, uh, it brings them into a state of presence, a state of flow, and that's another way to get there. So it's important to become aware of where you are in the moment in your day. And when you find that you are hyper focused on something, pulling back, centering, when you center your body and open up your shoulders and open your heart, automatically you have more a greater sense of your presence, of where you are that day in that moment. So just doing that, opening your shoulders back and opening your heart chakra area, just kind of brings you into a greater balance, right? Try it out. And you don't need to be a yoga person. You don't need to be a chakra person. You don't need to be an energy person. None of that. But the actual act of putting your shoulders back and opening your heart area will naturally bring you uh, squared on your feet and in balance. Just try it and see what happens. So the lesson is making the conscious choice, right? When I'm stuck, when things aren't going my way, when my day is awful, how much am I going to be in there trying to fix things Or what if I just let it go? What if I just let go and allow it to be a bad day? The act of allowing this moment to be a bad moment, a bad day, is in itself a state of self awareness, a state of presence. So, this is the place where you are able to begin to open that space up and allow for letting go, allowing yourself to let the day be, let the moment be, let this bad moment express itself, get out, do whatever it is it's going to do, and I'm just going to flow with it. And for me personally, this is a much better place to be. And finally, in yesterday's very, very difficult day, where I was hyper focused and hyper frustrated and angry at the day, angry at the technology that I have at my fingertips. You can see if you're watching this that sometimes I'm lagging, I'm stuck. I'm on a small Greek island. It is what it is. I can either get hyper frustrated and hyper focused on what's not going well, or I can just allow that this is how things are today in this space that I'm in, my little tiny studio. And okay, I'm going to allow that. I'm going to let go and just be here and continue my projects, working on my paintings, getting ready for my courses, my mentoring, aspiring artists to reach their level of creativity that they are searching to find. And, it's all good. So there are some other ideas to break away from your day. My favorite one is cold water swimming because it really does something. It really does something. Other people like to go and bake, a beautiful creative act. Others will go for a walk, go for a run, take a drive, go hang out at a cafe and, read a book. Uh, uh, there's just so many different things. Whatever vibes with you, go do it. But step away from the project if you're able to. If you're not able to step away while you're there by taking 50 seconds, sitting up, opening your heart. Just breathe, take 3 deep, deep breaths, slow down, and then come back to your project. Stop again, breathe again in small increments, and it will be incredibly helpful. Maybe the third time that you're able to stop and breathe, there is a moment of connectedness where you're like, okay, I'm going to separate myself from this hyper focus project that I'm on, this things that have to be done is driving me crazy, and just stay present with that. Okay, so that's all for today. Please leave a comment and let me know if you have any questions about the things that I talked about today. And if you are interested in more, you can get onto my newsletter. You can go to my website, put the links below, and connect with me, talk to me. I am here to help and to open you up to a deeper understanding of your own creative flow. It's available to us always, like our own breath is available to us always until the day that we stop breathing. Creativity is something that is always there. And it's not so much if the creative muse or the creative flow or getting in the zone comes to you or happens to you. It's more, how much are you opening yourself to that creative flow? How much are you allowing and nurturing creativity within you? So that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Be inspired, be creative, and be you.